The Trump-Vance racist quagmire against Haitians in Springfield, Ohio just keeps getting thicker. Vance recently said,
"I challenge you, go to Springfield, Ohio."
And his defiant challenge was accepted in a big way by a Haitian advocacy group, and now the dynamic duo of division are facing possible charges there. I will have all the nuanced details of the group that filed and the charges in just a minute, but first I curated the latest double downs by the mega masters of mayhem to get you up to speed. Let's begin with Defendant A, Donald Trump. While campaigning in Pennsylvania, he went into his fear-mongering routine, setting up the Springfield Haitians as the enemy of the people by calling legal immigration an invasion and calling immigrants murderers.
Another front in Kamala's war on workers is her gigantic migrant invasion. It's been the worst thing ever, maybe one of the worst things ever to happen to our country. Look at what's happening in Springfield, Ohio. Look at what's happened to that beautiful town. We're working with left-wing nonprofits to inundate Pennsylvania communities, changing the character of small towns and villages all over our country and changing them forever. They will never be the same. They will never be. Do you think Springfield will ever be the same? I don't think. The fact is, and I'll say it now, you have to get them the hell out. You have to get them out. I'm sorry. They've destroyed it. It's terrible. It's terrible to say, and it's a tough thing to do. You know, you're going to take in some murderers and things, and you'll put them on the planes and the buses, and you're going to start doing it.
Next is the latest self-incriminating utterance from Defendant B, JD Vance. Watch as a reporter in North Carolina confronts him on the hostility he created and gives him a free pass to convey some regret and empathy. His well-rehearsed answer includes, "I have a responsibility," and then he takes no responsibility.
Knowing that America's so divided right now, would you change anything about the way you spread those now debunked false claims?
Well, what I have a responsibility to do in Springfield, Ohio, or any constituency in the state of Ohio, and if, God willing, the American people honor me by making me their next vice president, this will be my responsibility for the whole country. My responsibility is to listen to the people that I serve and not a biased media.
So he disavowed responsibility by calling it listening. But here's where it gets interesting, and I have not heard him say this before. Watch as he admits that the lie he repeated and amplified might just be a lie, and he does it in a roundabout way.
And think about this, that I've learned this in just 2 years in the United States Senate. When there was a train disaster in East Palestine, Ohio, a lot of residents came to me and told me a lot of things. And some of those things it ended up being not totally true. They were based on rumors. But most of those things ended up being based on reality.
And now let's learn about the group who wants to make Trump and Vance pay for their xenophobic ways and what the charges are. I found this great report from Channel 6 in Columbus, Ohio, that nicely summarizes the story in less than 60 seconds.
Breaking news. Criminal charges have been filed against former President Trump and his running mate, JD Vance, for making false claims and more about Springfield. ABC 6's Steve Levine joining us live right now with the details. And Steve, who is filing these charges?
Terry, this information is just coming into our newsroom. A California Haitian organization filed the criminal charges in Clark County Municipal Court using a state statute that allows private citizens to file criminal charges. Trump and Vance accused of disrupting public service, making false claims, committing telecommunicating harassment, communicating and committing aggravated menacing, violating the prohibition against complicity. The nonprofit Haitian Bridge Alliance, a national nonprofit organization, claims in its filing the charges stem from the devastating harm of Trump and Vance's baseless fear-mongering that legal Haitian immigrants in Springfield are eating their pets. The group claims in its legal action, Trump and Vance made wild accusations that have been repeatedly debunked by both city and state officials and many responsible news organizations. ABC 6 has reached out to the Trump-Vance campaign and are waiting to hear back from them. The decision as to if these criminal charges go forward is up to the Springfield city prosecutor. county prosecutor. We reached out to them and are awaiting comment.
Of all of the things presented in this report, the thing that sticks with me is the chant you heard at one of the rallies, which is now a staple of all the Trump-Vance rallies. Send them back, send them back. It is the latest racist dog whistle in a long series of Trump dog whistles. He used to be the architect of such things, with the original dog whistle being the Obama birth certificate, and then there was Build That Wall. But now the base comes up with them organically. Because dog whistles are by definition subtle, coded language, they can be used to keep emotion and division high without any penalty. Usually, that is. So it's very interesting to see that the Haitian Bridge Alliance filed this criminal charge, and I look forward to following the story. What a stroke of irony that Ohio, home of JD Vance, has a statute that allows private citizens to file this kind of criminal charge. And what a dose of both justice and karma it would be to see Trump and Vance held responsible for their dog whistles by a court of law. I'm Dan, thanks for watching, and let's continue to occupy democracy together.